Hey guys, it's Brian again with another ceiling fan video. What I have for you here is a 50-inch Casablanca Century 9000 ceiling fan. It's from May of 1983. The serial number is ER04015, which is May 4th of 1983, fan number 15. It's antique brass with oak blades, and these are the embossed oak blades. These actually came off of my Zephyr that was in my bedroom, the black one if you remember. Really gorgeous fan. It's in very, very good shape. Flywheel is perfect. It did actually have a light kit on it when I first got it, which I picked this up from a marketplace listing, and it's kind of a weird story as to how I came by this fan. Originally, when I got it, I was going after a swag lamp, and in the listing, someone had this listed as a lamp. There were no blades, no blade arms, no canopy, nothing. Basically, what it came with originally was one of these, which I have to straighten one of those sockets out because they're pretty badly dented and bent. And then it had a center globe there. And in case you're wondering what that Delta 2 is doing on the bench or on the bar here, guess what parts I used on this fan from the Delta 2? That's right. Looks like a Slumber Quiet, doesn't it? It's not. It's actually a Slumber 3 converted. And the reason why I did that is because the Slumber Quiet system in this fan had failed. So I decided, instead of leaving a hole in the side of the switch housing, to put the Slumber Quiet dial back in just until I have a light kit on this fan, if I ever do. So it at least looks original. But that Slumber Quiet dial is non-working. It's actually a Slumber 3. It's a really gorgeous fan. I actually had to get a set of arms from a Casablanca Cambridge from Jeffrey Doctor, which I'm very grateful that he sent these to me. And these blades came off of my black Delta, black Delta that was in my bedroom, not Zephyr, Delta. Because that fan actually needs a new flywheel, so I have to do some work to it. But I thought this was the right combination. The only thing that I could do better would maybe be to put a set of stencil on this fan, but I kind of like it plain. So for testing purposes, I have it hanging down here in the man cave, and it's not going to stay up here. I don't really like how that canopy hatch has that wire coming out of it, and it looks all crooked like that. So this is definitely not going to stay here. It's just for testing purposes. Anyway, let's go ahead and fire the fan up. I added this tassel, by the way, starting with low. I couldn't believe it. When I found the fan in that swag lamp ad, first thing I said was, is that a Century 9000? And then I started looking at the pictures more and more, and I was like, holy crap, that's a Century 9000. These are pretty rare. Glad I was able to piece this one together out of the remainder of what was left of it. Works great. Smooth as ever on low. Nice low speed on this fan. I really like this fan. Switch it to medium. No bearing chatter, no bearing hiss. Pretty powerful amount of air coming out of this fan on medium. But then again, it's pretty much what you would expect from a K55 Casablanca. Never thought that I would ever own one of these in my life. Smooth and silent. And now high. No wobble, no bearing chatter, nothing. From what the owner told me, this fan had been taken down because it stopped working, which I'm assuming was the Slumber Quiet going bad. And over time, they must have thrown out some of the parts for it because they left it down in their basement and they forgot they even had it in a corner for years. But it still works smooth as ever. No wobble. Absolute massive amount of air coming out of this fan. Of course, what do you expect from a K55 Casablanca, but you know, I wouldn't expect any less. Just a really cool fan. And we'll spin down. Definitely planning on keeping this in the collection. However, it's definitely not staying up down here. That whole thing with the canopy hatch and the wire drives me crazy. And yeah, I could put it on a wire mold box, but then it would hang a little bit lower and it would look kind of goofy. So I've decided not to. Now, that being said, if I ever decide to take down the Victorian in my office, this may very well go in its place. And at that point, I might put the light kit back on it and fix it. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I have a spare one of those light kits lying around, so it might just be a matter of swapping out one of the sockets. Not really crazy about this fan without the light kit on it, to be quite honest. It just kind of doesn't do it for me. If I ever found a permanent place to install this, I would definitely put the light kit back on, but I'd have to remove that Slumber Quiet knob for a pull chain. And before anybody starts complaining about me converting it, need I remind you that Slumber Quiet, it's not a matter of if it will fail, it's a matter of when it will fail. And this was failed way before I even got it. So what else was I supposed to do? I want a functional fan, so I converted it to a Slumber 3. Not sorry. It works great. So there you have it. That's the 50-inch Casablanca Century 9000 in antique brass. Hope you guys enjoyed. Keep watching. More videos to come.